Albert Einstein says, what makes us evil men is not that we actively take part in evil, but it is when we stay silent when evil is being committed. By this, Einstein highlighted that those who stay quiet when evil, cruelty, brutality is being done, those people are evil men. And Einstein went further in stating that evil is when you do harm to your brothers and sisters, and the one who stay by and stay quiet, silent when this is done is evil. We've seen cruelty, brutality in the north and southwest region being meted on the people within this area, all in the name of an ongoing armed conflict. This has caused a lot of hardship and heartbreaking moments to the people from the restricted area. God, Allah, Brahma, regardless of how you call it in your religious appellation, has given a divine order to us, and he gave that to Moses under the 10th commandment, which he stated that thou shalt not kill. By this, he said, love your neighbor with all your heart, because the blood of human is sacred. We have seen all kinds of killing since the ongoing Anglophone crisis started from Kumba, Wum, Widicum, Batibo, Manthe, Muyuka, Kwakwa, Kumbu, Jakiri, just to name but these. And each time it happens, we come out actively on Facebook and on different media platforms to condemn the killings by pointing fingers either to Paul, Peter, James, or whoever we think is responsible. Surrogates on all the sides are quick to point fingers on each other. You will hear some will say it was done by La République du Cameroon to tarnish the image of our boys. Others will say the Amber Boys did that to tarnish the image of the military. Some will even go as far as stating that it was done by the Atanganji boys, and the other side, who call themselves neutralists, will say it was done by thieves to tarnish the image of those who are fighting to liberate the so-called Ambazonian Republic. And these keep on moving up and down. Our children, mothers, brothers, and sisters in the conflict zone has become space to the warring parties to justify their cash flow, as far as telling their sponsors that we are winning fatly. This nonsense has to stop. Enough is enough. It is time for the people of North and Southwest region, and for the people of those abroad who are sons and daughters of the North and Southwest region, to rise up and take command and say enough is enough. No one has a right to take the life of another. The killing of the children in Kumba is something that even the devil himself will say, blood of Jesus. It is unacceptable. The devil himself maybe is looking at God at this point in time and is telling God, these are the people you sent to Cameroon, and these are the people you sent to Kumba. Look at what they are doing. Or they will call and say, it is the work of the devil. It is not me. That the devil will tell God. A child will leave their house with pen and books just to get knowledge, to come and contribute to the development of Cameroon or the nation that you claim you want to restore. When that child comes back, that child was expecting to see that he or she will be treated, will be given the knowledge, but instead you saw that child, you pulled the trigger on that child. What were you thinking, pulling the trigger on that child? With just this happening in North and Southwest region, we are just to say that Cameroonians need to stand up and say enough is enough. Ever since the armed conflict started in Cameroon, the government of Cameroon, on the other hand, has taken meaningful steps to address the concerns of the people, although it may not be enough depending on what side of the aisle you stand. The formation of the AHA committee by Paul Migo Gogomo, in which they looked into the problems of teachers and lawyers, though it was not enough, the creation of the bilingualism commission, the major national dialogue, and the giving of special status, which many are still questioning, are steps taken by Cameroon's government in order to resolve the conflict. A lot of things have been done by the government so far, though some will say it's not enough. But the question now is, what has the armed separatists themselves done as far as giving, or as far as making sure that peace return in North and Southwest region? The armed separatist group has for 4 years as of 4 years now, refused to adhere to the fact that schools should resume. For 4 years, they have kept on stating that ghost town must continue. For 4 years, they have kept on pushing with their agenda without compromising. Yet the people of North and Southwest are caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. With the happening in Kumba, the question now is, what next and where next will this happen? We've been criticizing, we've been condemning. It is sad. No one has a right to take the life of another. This is House of Commons with me, Tamai Jarvis. You're welcome. You're welcome back from that transition. If you are just joining us, you're watching House of Commons, and that was the editorial for today. Today's program is going to be quite exciting because we will be communicating with our Kumba-based correspondent, Tanfu Sidwan, who will give us updates as far as the carnage of yesterday is concerned and the visit of the senior divisional officer of Meme. And why not introducing to you my guest now, with whom we are already in the studio. We're expecting two of our guests who are yet to come here in the studio. To begin with, he is a journalist and a reverend, someone who advocates for peace and believes that peace must reign and we should treat our brothers and sisters the way God ordained us to do so. He is Reverend Gustav. Reverend Gustav is joining us live in Cameroon's political capital, Yaoundé, via Skype. Reverend Gustav, thanks for joining us and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Elvis.
Thank you very much, Reverend. How is the Yaoundé this morning?
Well, as you know, Yaoundé is the capital, so it's not a good day for anywhere in the country today. There are a lot of Anglophones, a lot of government officials, a lot of international organizations, a lot of advocacy organizations, and everybody, every heart is turned towards Kumba. Unfortunately, it is typical of Cameroon that when a crisis like this comes up, we are afraid to let ourselves really dive into it emotionally and mentally. So we superficially glance on it. But everybody, in every way possible, is feeling the pinch of what happened yesterday.
Thank you very much, Reverend Gustav. Yeah, in the studio we equally have Professor Mark Anthony, who is a Pan-Africanist and someone who believes in the unity of Africa and the preservation of our culture without imposing on cultural imperialism. Professor Mark was highly touched when this incident happened, and he has been very vocal in terms of the fact that rights of humans must be respected, that Africans should treat Africans like all lives matter. Professor Mark, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Jarvis, and good morning or afternoon to our fellow viewers out there. We believe that this day is a day that no one should actually be excited in talking, but I want to be sincere in telling you that we can't go sitting and talking without, in fact, we can't stay silent when situations like these are actually happening, so we must go talking. And I am a little bit disturbed in my heart, not just because the situation in Kumba happened, but because
we're coming back to take on this break. There seems to be a problem, a technical problem. We don't have received the audios.
So in relation to that, I want to be sincere in saying that a lot of persons are at this particular moment mourning when they were not supposed to. And this issue has been for a long period of time, and I am not seeing it to be the last, because this is not the first. I remember when the Ngabo happened, when the Pini situation happened, when others happened, and now it is Kumba that is happening. And our children, whom are innocent, who are not even involved, are getting to be suffering on what they didn't call for. I think it is time that our government called for a ceasefire, because I believe that is in their hands. It is their duty to solve this problem. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thanks for why the technical team look forward to adjust the volume issue on Facebook. Coming to you again, he is here in the studio in the capacity of a political analyst. He is Prince KOHTEM. Prince KOHTEM, thanks for joining us. You're from Yaoundé. How is Yaoundé this morning?
Thank you very much, Jarvis. Good day to all the televiewers. I don't know if it's really a good day, but it's a very sad one. I think it should be for every Cameroonian. Every Cameroonian has to carry a grief in their heart today. It's a day which I think of tomorrow should even be declared. It's worthy to be declared a mourning day for these students. Yaoundé, like you said, Yaoundé is the political capital. I left Yaoundé yesterday, and the grief and the situation in Yaoundé is not as peaceful as everyone may think, because most of the people is a political capital. The political upholders, the political personalities, and everyone is very grieved with the situation. Most people are pointing hands to others. They call the ambas, they call the government, and so on. The problem at this time is what is the way forward, because it is really, really a catastrophic one. Before now, we had so many of these incidents. I will join voice with Prof. Mark, who talked about, we had the Ngabo incident, and people talk, they spoke, they took to social media and other medias. We had the massacre in, we had the case of Pinyin and so on. When that happened to Treasure and then the other case in Moyoka, I spoke about it, but most people took it to for a clown, and some people even said, no, we are going to get to a closing point, but here we are today again. And I want to bet you we will see more of such incidences if nothing is being done. And what is to be done must be something very, very serious, which has to do with all Cameroonians, and all Cameroonians must take it very serious, because today it is with these children, and these are the children we consider as the future of tomorrow, and these are the same children we left their homes and their houses peacefully to go to school, thinking that they want to be the future of tomorrow, but that is not the situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me begin with you, Reverend Gustav. Reverend, you are not just a journalist, but you are someone who have a strong spiritual background, fisher of men. We are looking at this incident. This is not the first that's happening in Cameroon, Reverend. We've had a